The finish line. Three, two, one. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 307 of the Shower Podcast, the podcast where I'm in my shower and you do you. I'm your host, Chip, and welcome to one of the many episodes of the Shower Diaries, episodes where I try to give you insight on the journey of the Shower Podcast, and you get the chance to know a bit more about the person behind the podcast, Chip. Before we start, as usual, if you end up liking this episode, remember the liking and subscribing really mean a lot for me. They're just one click, but they really make the difference. Thank you very much for considering it. So this is really an update episode. It's for the people that care about the closure of this project. And if you're curious about what is coming, this is the perfect episode for that. As you might have heard in the intro, it's episode 307, and we're getting very, very close to the end of our journey, episode 365. And also, due to the fact that I will be away for a bit over 2 weeks, there is quite a bit of preparation going into that, because unfortunately I will not be able to record on my daily basis as I do, but the whole point is to still publish something. And in trying to do so, I also think that I have confirmed something that I discovered for a while now, and I've mentioned this here and there during the previous episodes. And it's mostly the fact that I think I have managed to find a rhythm in this whole thing. There are the weekend drops with the episodes that come on the weekend. There are the recap episodes that come out when I don't have the time. There are the normal episodes of the Shower Podcast where I'm literally in the shower. Those are the ones that stay, I think, most truthfully to the core and to the idea of the Shower Podcast. But again, I have quite a bit of these, but given the amount of work that I have to do outside of this and the time available for me, wasn't able to fully develop all of these episodes. And finally, let's say the core message of today and the most important bit, I have prepared 3 to 4. I have to still to decide how much I will release, but around 30 to 35 episodes that, let's say, expand on the topics that we bring here on the Shower Podcast. So everything from self-improvement to critical thinking. And let's say that they are a small variation of the weekend drop in a themed matter. Specifically, we will start with the first mini-series called The Laws That Shape Us. And it's gonna literally try to explain in a few minutes the famous laws that are part of our lives, but we don't know about them. Think the Pareto law, think Murphy's law, Fitz's law, and so on and so forth. Again, you'll see more about them. After that, a bit of a strange experiment, but still funny. It's called If the Brain Could Talk. And here I would like to imagine as, let's say, the host, being myself, of course, of the Shower Podcast, interviewing parts of the brain. Imagine dopamine, attention, default mode, sleep. These, of course, are parts of the activities that we do on a daily basis, but they all get triggered and controlled by the brain. And I would like to get the chance to give you the chance to know more about them. Of course, let's say using our science-based approach, so based on real facts and sources that I will manage to gather online. But I think it's a funny twist on the concept of the Shower Podcast to try to learn at the end of the day a bit more about ourselves. After that, we will have the third mini-series, Psychology in Under 5 Minutes. This is the one that I'm still a bit uncertain about, but let's see. And here I would like to, again, explain basic terms that are part of the, let's say, known psychology as of today. For example, cognitive dissonance, classical conditioning, operant conditioning. It's a mixture of topics that I've researched for myself and I knew about before the Shower podcast, and some that are part of this journey. So it's going to be a learning experience for both. And finally, maybe my favorite, if I have to be honest, a series of episodes where we try to explain and understand the paradoxes of life. And this series will be called the Paradox Files. And here, as we have often cited and learned about many of them, we will get the chance to know about the paradox of choice, Simpson's paradox, Yevon's paradox, and again, many to come. I don't want to, again, this is not the place for them. But these are the kind of mini-series that you could and also should expect from the Shower podcast going forward. I have planned them in the following manner. There will be 4 episodes running weekly, so from Monday to Thursday. On Friday, there will be a recap episode with what we have learned in the weekend, and then we will close with the usual episodes of the weekend drop. And this will for sure go ahead while I'm away, so for 2 weeks. And after that, we will see. Again, this was the most important info that I wanted to give to you. And still keeping the stream of consciousness vibe. I didn't want to read a list, but just to try to give you an understanding of what this road to the finish line looks like. Having said that, that was all for today. Thank you very much for listening. For this week, let's see, it's going to be a bit of a improv. Maybe some recap episodes and also some original ones, depending on the amount of time that I will have, given that this week it's really, really low. I'll do my best to prepare all the work before I leave. And having said that, again, thank you very much for listening. If you made it so far, feel free to interact with this content in any way, shape, or form you like, by sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting, anything. It's always welcome. And as usual, stay consistent, stay resilient. This was the Shower Podcast, and I'll see you tomorrow.